Okay, welcome to the third video for lesson 3. This will be on help with homework 16A and 16B. 16A and 16B should be turned in separately on Blackboard, so I can give you feedback on 16A before you complete 16B. You can do them at the same time if you'd like, just make sure that you submit them each separately on Blackboard. Okay. So we're going to go through a few of the problems on homework 16. So for example, on number 1, I have read the alcohol description, that's why I have to put for number 1. Number 2 and number 3. Number 2, that's just the Minitab thing you should know how to do. Number 3, you did this with Hawks. Section 14.3 over and over again, so you should be able to do number 3 as well. Let's talk a little bit about number 4, a male non-alcoholic with gastric activity of 3.0. We're going to change that slightly to a different problem. So we're going to estimate the mean metabolism for a female non-alcoholic with a gastric activity of 2.0. This is the regression equation that I got. I hope that you got something similar. And again, the way that you can do that to do the prediction then is to go regression, regression, and now predict. Remember, predict will not show up the first time. It will only show up after you have entered your linear model. So what we'll do is put 2 in for gastric. Now, female and alcoholic are both categorical variables. We made them 0 and 1 to sort of hide them as numeric values. You just have to remember what 1 and 0 were, which were male and female. So it's a good idea to write down your variables early. So 0 is a male and 1 is a female. You can even go back to how the variables were defined on that handout on the PDF worksheet. Also, an alcoholic is a 1, and so since we have a non-alcoholic, we'll put a 0 there. After we run that, we get a fit of 1.9957. Normally, because we're in statistics, we should give a confidence interval or prediction interval. But since we only want the mean response, I'm going to give you a little pass here, and all you have to do is give the number in. Now, you could also find this number by plugging in 2, 1, and 0 into the expression and getting the same answer out. The next problem is to compute the estimate y hat and its residual. Now, if you didn't do this before, when you did your regression, go ahead and put this in, but then go down here to the storage and click these two things, the fits. Those will be your predicted values for the given predictor variables, and this will be your residuals. So this would be like y hat for the various values of the predictor, and this residuals be y minus y hat. I already did that here, and I got a whole column. And so the fit would be negative 0.06927. The y value for this one would be 0.6. So I take 0.6 minus 0.06297. And since a negative minus negative is positive, I get a residual of 0.66297. The same thing here, metabolism of 0.6 minus my fit of 1.0987. That's going to then give me a residual of negative 0.4987. So once I do that, I can do the regression, and I'll get 2 columns here. One will be the fits and one will be the residuals. And then number 6 asks us to sum the residuals. I can go to the calculator and sum these up, and then after I do that, I can sum those all up, the residual squared, sum those all up and make sure I store it in a new column. And there are multiple ways to do it. The point is that the sum should be equal to the sum of squares error, the SSE. Now we skipped a few here. Compute the correlation. I'm expecting you to do that. You can look at a previous video. I think homework 15 does that. And then number 9, write down and copy the analysis of variance table. I put the unneeded necessary information in a light gray so I could just focus on the black. I'm not going to give you the answer, but the degrees of freedom are in this columns of DF. The adjusted SS will be the SS regression, SS total, and SSE. You'll have to figure out which one is which. But the adjusted mean squared is that you take this column, 167.76, and divide it by 3. That will give you your mean squared, whatever that is. Same sort of thing here, 51.329 divided by 28 will give you the 1.832. So this will be the column for the mean squared regression, the mean squared error. And we're going to use this a lot in lessons 4, 5, and 6, so make sure that you have that. So that's what we have here for the homework. I think you can do the rest of it okay. And I hope to see you on video or in person. Thanks.